Program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution. Because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children. And not for coworkers either. And yes, that includes you, Cindy. And no, I will not subscribe to your Instagram account. Sit down. We need to talk. Seriously, you need to sit down. I know what you did. You might as well just go ahead and admit it, because me and your mother and me and JJ, we already know what you did. So just admit it, and you won't get in as much trouble if you just go ahead and admit it now. Don't try to act like that you don't know what we're talking about, because I know what I'm talking about. So you might as well just go ahead and get out of a lot of trouble and just go ahead and admit it now. Does that not work? I've tried that. Tried that with my son several times, and it never works. I can never get him to just admit to anything that he's done wrong. I'm just like, I know what you did, so you might as well just admit it now. And he never admits to anything. So
let me ask you, Deacon, do you ever try that when you don't know exactly what they did?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You do that. When I don't have any dirt on them, just to see if they will admit to something that I don't know about. So hello. Good morning.
Yeah, I do that. I've done that with my kids too. Like, I know something went wrong, but I don't know who did it. So I'm like, tell the truth.
Hello, everybody. I didn't even introduce ourselves yet. It's your two dads. I am Deacon. That is JJ. He's over there. He's the Scrabble winner this week because he has all the big. You have all the big words in the title this week. So all the big triple word score words are in the title this week, and I'm just the word garbage man.
I'm shortening it down. I changed the card on this one.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
I was like, okay, what's the title? The title's a paragraph. Holy crap!
Yeah. It's like
a lot of stuff.
It's because, I wake up and I'm like, I need a title for the show, and then I'm like, it cannot just be Trump. It can't.
I know.
But the reality is that yesterday, everything was Trump. It was the entire fucking news cycle.
Yeah. Before we get to Trump, talking about Trump for a little bit, like and subscribe to all of our things everywhere, all of our places. It's over here. It's right here. You see this JJ up here in YouTube and Rumble.
Oh, yeah. It's over there. It's over there.
Like and subscribe. And if you will leave comments, if you think we're stupid and this show's dumb, leave the comment and tell us, because we need those. I want your comments, your bad comments. I like your good comments too. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
Honestly,
I like your bad
comment. The comments, the good comments make us feel good. Like, we're doing a good job.
But the bad comments make us laugh hysterically, and we love that.
The ones where how much you hate us and everything. I mean, that's like, this is great. We can.
Those are great.
This shit.
You're not going to hurt JJ and I's feelings that much.
Not a bit.
So join our Discord server. And come and talk to us. I didn't crap. I keep hitting the wrong button.
Yeah, I do that too.
For our song of the day, I've got a good song of the day for you. I just need to type it up here real quick. My song of the day comes from here. Damn it! Talk about something real quick.
So, speaking of music, I found a bunch of music that I have on a computer down in my garage. I don't have any of this like sync to the cloud or whatever. So at some point, probably like 15 years ago, I had ripped a bunch of my CDs to some computer, and then that computer stopped working. And the last thing I thought about was my music files that I had lost. I was like, do I have all my Word documents? Do I have all my important stuff? But I found a cache of MP3s that I had ripped from CDs. And so yesterday on the way to school, I made my kids listen to Squirrel Nut Zippers.
You had them listen to what? Sorry, I had to go real quick. You had them listen to
Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Squirrel Nut Zippers. Hell.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I made
It's
my
big.
kids listen to Hell one day. We was listening because I told them I was like, in the early '90s, for just a blink, there was the swing music thing that
Yeah,
got into the huge for just a half a second, and
yeah.
I really got into it. I've seen Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I love Big Bad Voodoo
Oh,
Daddy.
really?
Yeah, love
Okay.
them, love them. I've seen them in concert. And Squirrel Nut Zipper was one of those that was and this is kind of weird that you brought up Squirrel Nut Zipper because this is kind of in the same musical genre in the sense that it's weird, a weird musical
Yeah, a
genre
little quirky.
because mine today is a local band that's been around for decades. They're called the Legendary Shack Shakers. Have you ever heard of the Legendary Shack Shakers?
Shack Shakers.
The Legendary Shack
Never heard
Shakers
of
is the
them.
name of the band. They might have
Oh,
them as
look at
those
that.
Legendary Shack Shakers. There's they're yeah, they've got this. I love all their songs. They are like alternative country, like a punk rockabilly country.
Interesting.
JD Wilkes, the lead singer, is a harmonica player, and he is an unbelievable harmonica player. This band was huge overseas, like way huge overseas. And I've met and talked and interviewed JD Wilkes a million times. But my favorite song is probably Cheat the Hangman, but it's not really a good introduction to the Legendary Shack Shakers if I were to give you that song to listen to because it's so weird. It's so strange. It's like Reverend Horton Heat punk rockabilly country, alternative country. It's really weird. But it's good stuff, man. This song Back to Paducah is more rockabilly type, a fast rockabilly type, and Paducah's
All right.
right up the road. So the
Legendary
Legendary
Shack
Shack
Shakers,
Shakers, you will
Back to
dig them.
Paducah. Hold
It's a
on. I'm
different type
gonna
of music. If you
I'm gonna
like,
put it up here so that I'll listen at the end of the because I listened to your Blind Melon thing the other day
yeah,
and I
yeah,
was like, this isn't too bad.
yeah. So check out the Legendary Shack Shakers if you like. It's different. I'm trying to expand your mind, so I'm trying to give you different stuff that I know. So this is Reverend Horton Heat type. I don't know if you've ever even heard of them. I've
Yeah, I
seen
don't know
them
who
in
that
concert
is.
too. Oh yeah, they're good. Good stuff. So check out them if you like.
The guitar. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it's good. It's good stuff. All right.
It looks like Rumble may have taken a tumble, so don't know what's going on over there. I was expecting to be able to go into our show and get comments. There's Brian. Okay, so it's back up. It's running. The only one not talking about Trump was Jean Van Clad. Damn, she dumb. The White House press secretary. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yesterday the only one not talking about the only person in the United States yesterday refusing to talk about Trump was the White House. Okay, cool song, Deacon. I'm gonna check that
Yeah,
out.
you like that one.
All right. We have a bunch of stuff, but not much of it's Trump, but I guess we have to talk about it for a minute. As expected, Deacon,
Mm-hmm.
uh, today is the day after arraignment, and CNN.com, the entire page, top to bottom, left to right, story after story after story after story after story after story after story of Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump.
Because
What did he do?
because that's what makes them money. Well, I read the indictment, and I think that he didn't do anything. And I am convinced that this case will probably be like dismissed, or I don't know. But then you're never gonna Trump's never gonna serve a day, never gonna pay a dollar for this. This is a in my opinion, it seems to be pretty bogus.
So wait a minute. You bring up a good point there. Trump is never going to pay a dollar for all this,
Now, in
but
fact, I think yeah.
money is being exchanged in more ways than one. And because you have a funny little tidbit you're going to add, but
Yeah.
I would like to bring up something that was in a tweet yesterday that I clipped the tweet and I posted it.
Yeah.
Where did I
Did
post
you
it at?
post it? Because I didn't see that as a story link, so I
No,
must
it
have
wasn't a
missed it.
story link. It
I
was just a
wanted it as
tweet.
evidence.
Yeah, and I don't remember where I
Oh,
put
you
it in the
probably put it
supporters
in that
chat.
mean channel.
I don't
Just put it in
remember,
the
but
memes.
basically the tweet was, hell, I got it on my phone right here. I just want to
Oh,
read
I
it.
know. I got it right here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It
I got it.
says,
I'll put it on
here's a
screen.
factoid that will be swept under the rug. Alvin Bragg shut down all access to New York City today and spent $200 million to get President Trump to show up to a courthouse. New York City taxpayers are presented with that bill. Who pays all the money to shut down everything, all the extra security, all that who pays that money? The New York taxpayer pays every bit of that money just for this fucking clown show. Just for this clown show.
Donald Trump ought to fly to New York to go to court for every hearing, for every little evidentiary thing, or for at least once a week. If he does that 5 times, New York is in it for $1 billion. I mean, he ought to just keep like flying to New York, flying back, keep making him just spend money. Thank you so much, dear.
Yeah. But that's not the only money that so Trump, it's not going to cost Trump any
Right.
money. But you were telling
We
me,
do
and
have
I
to.
had to look this up last night after you said this. I was like, what is JJ talking about? Because I haven't heard this, and all of the major media outlets seem to be reluctant to post this story because last night at like 8 o'clock, it was coming up as like 41 minutes ago on CNN. And I was like, this story, JJ posted about this hours ago and made the little comment in the Discord server hours and hours ago. And CNN is just now posting a story about it. These are media. I want to point out to you folks that these are media companies that jump on stories so fucking quick so that they're the first ones on the story, that they get shit wrong most of the time. But yet they didn't jump on what JJ is fixing the story. JJ is fixing to tell you.
So, well, I mean, I feel like we owe them an explanation. So essentially the indictment charge, the big story yesterday, the indictment charge yesterday, okay, that is essentially a bookkeeping thing. Cohen sent Trump an invoice. So the Trump organization documented that felony. That the Trump organization documented the invoice as a debt to be owed, felony. Documented it as a debt paid, felony. Documented it as and then wrote the check and actually processed the payment, felony. So that happened like 8 times in the indictment yesterday. And every one of those happened so long ago that they are out of the statute of limitations. The only reason the judge is allowing this because apparently there's some other mystery crime that Bragg did not reveal that he says that this was used to cover it up. It's bullshit. The entire thing is bullshit. So that's the indictment. But then on the same day, as Trump is sitting in court listening to Fat Bragg accuse him of crimes, at that moment while he's in there, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals reversed a decision and ordered Stormy Daniels to pay the Trump legal team $120,000, bringing her total debt to Donald Trump currently to over $600,000. Stormy Daniels, the key witness or one of the two key witnesses in the Trump bookkeeping indictment, actually,
JJ, I'm
she
confused
owed
here.
him $600,000.
Why would they make her pay him and his lawyers? Why would she do that if he's guilty of all this mess? Why are they making her pay him? I'm genuinely curious. I'm not being facetious in this. I'm not being a smartass.
Let me find it.
Okay, I'm genuinely curious why she is
Breaking.
being paid money.
Here we go. Okay. Wow, that's rough language right there. So I'm just gonna go with it. Porn harlot Stormy Daniels should probably book a hell of a lot more gigs. She owes President Trump over $500,000 in legal fees. Let's see. The ruling came down as Trump was in Lower Manhattan. Trump was indicted this week. Okay, let's skip that. I don't have the reason. Maybe you have the reason. I didn't get the reason.
I don't
All
know.
I know is that the circuit court, the circuit court, which is in a court of appeals, has just awarded Trump 120,000. So I didn't dig deep into the case. Yeah, I don't know. There must have been some other case. I don't know. She owes him money, and this whole thing is because he paid her off. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway,
I am being facetious here. Is he
yeah.
the only politician in history that's ever done that? Like paid off a hooker?
I'm not sure. Well, I mean, I'm certain that he's.
I'm not asking for your
I
factual
don't know.
knowledge. I'm asking for your educated opinion on, do you think Donald Trump is the only politician in history that has paid off a hooker, a whore, for
Right.
sleeping with him so that
I
she
doubt
would
it.
keep quiet?
I would, if I was betting, I'd bet against that. I would bet against that.
I'm
I would
not a
bet against
gambling
it.
man, but I would bet my life that he's not the only one. So this is what kind of irritates me when I start thinking about it. Here we are again, 25 minutes into our show, talking about this fucking subject.
Yeah, right.
Again. Every media outlet is talking about this fucking subject again. Is there nothing else going on? Have we forgotten about the Ukraine bullshit and giving all the money over there and laundering all that bullshit? Have we completely forgot about this? Yes, because the fucking American public is like, look, shiny, forget this over here. You see the dancing girl? Pay no attention to the magician and the man behind the curtain, because
it's
you're
worse
watching.
than that. It's worse than that because this is all being done in a desperate last gasping hope that they can control the next election cycle. It's not just like, oh, they're dumb, we'll distract them. This is the establishment Republicans just desperate because they are so afraid of losing. And they probably are going to lose.
Because when they stole this last election, the idiot that they put in charge is a fucking bumbling goddamn moron that they were just like, they're like, Jesus Christ, can this fucking clown get any worse?
I don't think they are. I think they're like, this is still better than Trump. That's what they think. They literally think this is so better than Trump. The economy's burning down. We are losing wars. We're getting it.
It is going to the plan that they've had for decades. I mean, it is going to this plan that they've had for decades, like to a T. This fucking plan to destroy America.
Right.
All right. What else do we have besides Trump?
Let's go. Let's talk about something more interesting. Good morning, everybody.
A bunch of really cool stories.
Yeah, we got plenty of cool stuff to talk about.
I
want to update on the Russo bomber though. Before we go any further, I told you yesterday that there was a Russian assassin that used a bomb to kill a journalist. In Russia.
Yeah.
So according to the Telegraph, the woman who killed the pro-war Russian blogger thought she was auditioning for a journalism job. She got pranked, Deacon. She got pranked. She's an art graduate and apparently unwittingly murdered a prominent Kremlin propagandist during a fake audition for a job in journalism, Russian media reported. Yeah, Daria Trepova believed she was on a propaganda resistance test for a job at a Kiev-based website when she handed Vladimir Tatarsky the bomb that killed him.
Wow.
So somebody was like, "You're literally like,
wow,
this is it. The test for an interview. We want you to take this into him." And she's like, "Do."
Okay.
And you saw that. You saw that picture yesterday. She had handed it. And she was walking away, and she was smiling like, "I got away with it. I got away with this anti-propaganda
She wasn't thinking
stuff.
I got away with it. She was thinking I got this job.
Yeah, I got a job. I did such a good job. And now she's like, I'm a murderer. And
wow.
they framed her. This is nuts. I told you this is like a movie. This has to be a movie. if you're a burgeoning script writer out there, take this story and make a movie out of it.
No kidding. That's a good one.
Wow. So this is nuts. Yeah. Okay. So I just want to give you an update on the Russo bomber.
Okay.
And I mean, like, I don't really feel bad for her. I don't really feel like I'm not happy she did that. I don't want people like blowing shit up. This is obviously a Ukraine operation, and they're trying to just like damage in Russia internally. Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's talk about something that's really important, Deacon.
All right.
What does an 8-year-old know about ants?
Oh, are you going to that story?
We need to have some fun.
No, let's not go to that. Let's get rid of all of our other bullshit first. I don't want to go happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no,
all right.
I don't want to do that. I want to get through all of our other bullshit.
Here's some. Let's see. That one's kind of happy. Let's see.
Let's do the Kid Rock one. I'll pull that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Because that one I'm already seeing. I'm already seeing shit about that. So
I got
Kid
the video, so you do the story, and then I'll show you the video.
Right. Kid Rock has joined this as you see here in this Microsoft. Where is this coming from? This is Microsoft LA Times. So this is a biased news article. You can tell strictly by the words used in the title, folks. This is what we do on this show. We point out this shit to you because you can't see it yourselves. Kid Rock joins transphobic backlash due to Bud Light's partnership with Dylan Mulvaney. That title screams left.
Right.
All right. Yeah. It just screams left. So we're reporting from a left website.
If you didn't know already, you're supposed to think that these people are afraid of trans people.
Right.
And that's bad.
And Kid Rock is not afraid of trans people. He's just sick of all the fucking bullshit that like everybody else is. All right. So basically Kid Rock has come out and gone against Bud Light, who drinks that fucking watered down piss anyway. And he posted a video. JJ, you got the video?
Yeah, I got the video. So transphobe Kid Rock, here he comes. Let's see. Boop. I don't know if I did audio. Did I do audio? Here, can you tell me if you can hear it?
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
Hey, kid. Oh, whoa, he's got a gun. Watch out.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Fuck Bud Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
I love him. Don't you love him?
Fuck. Yeah, I do.
I have always said, I've never been to a Kid Rock concert, but I've always said to be in the concert when Ba with a Ba starts to come on in the beginning of it kind of builds up. Ba with a Ba, da bang, da bang, you know, when that builds up at the first and he goes,
that crescendo.
Oh my God, the fucking energy in that place would be unbelievable. That would be unbelievable.
Does he still tour? You have any idea?
I don't know. Look at his face, man. He's old. Grandpa. Grandpa.
Yeah.
So kid, and he's facing a lot of backlash for this. I got to talk real quick, but he's facing a lot of backlash from this already.
The hell, no. Yeah, everybody knows that the Bud Light trans thing is kind of weird and gross and a bad decision. And you know, Anheuser's going to try to play it like you're a bigot or you're a transphobe if you don't sign off on this being okay. Honestly, I don't care what Anheuser-Busch does or what Dylan Mulvaney does, but I'm not going to be in the bathtub with him while he's obviously a sociopath. If you watch the video, there's no soul in that eye. That person is a sociopath who is playing a character, and they are. I mean, it's totally nuts. Whatever. I mean, the guy's crazy. Kid Rock is cool, though. We got, unfortunately, that's not the only trans-adjacent story today. Sony Pictures is apparently Sony Pictures, the studio that brought us Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and they have all the Spider-Man licensing for all the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Sony Pictures has dropped a trailer recently for the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
And did you watch it, JJ? Did you watch the trailer?
I watched it. Yeah.
Did you pick out certain things in the trailer?
I saw one or two things. I think I wasn't the only one. Quite a few people saw one or two things yesterday. Let's see. Here's a screenshot from the trailer. And here, if you zoom
really can't
in,
see that very well. But if you,
I bet it's there. I bet it's in there. So if you zoom here, let me see. Grab this picture, maybe just put it here.
Anyway, you really can't see it, but right there above the door.
There we go. Look at that. Protect trans kids.
Yeah, there you go. It still really can't see it that well, but that's what it says. It says protect trans kids, and it's a trans flag over the door.
Right. And if I've said it before, they are aiming this stuff at your kids. This is literally a cartoon for kids.
This is to make it seem like it's normal. It's everywhere. It's in these kids' rooms. It's on TV. It's everywhere. It's normal to see that. It's just normal. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal.
It's normal. Yeah. Believe it. It's normal.
It's normal. It's normal.
They also have
the other screenshot's the one that, like, God, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, sorry about that. Here,
okay.
if you
the other screenshot's the one that kind of pissed me off the most.
Is it this one here?
Yeah.
This is a scene of Miles Morales and his family, I guess, in a parent-teacher conference here. And he's got his school bag in his lap, and right on his school bag is a hashtag BLM sticker.
I will not watch the movie because of that alone.
Right. Yeah.
I won't watch it. I didn't think the first one was all that. Everybody fucking raved about it, but everybody's a bunch of fucking lemmings most of the fucking time. I didn't think the first movie was all that. Was it different? Yeah, it was different. But any comic book person has had this multiverse idea for decades now. Let me tell you about Cable and the multiverse, and we'll be here for about 45 fucking days. All right. So the multiverse was not a big deal, but for everybody else, I didn't think the movie was.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was fun, and it was a different, animation style.
It was different. Yeah, it was just different.
It was fun, and they had, but it's been a couple years now.
Well, I hope it backlashes on them.
I'm not gonna go watch it. I'm not even gonna watch it whenever it winds up on.
No, it'll have to be on one of those free things for a while before I watch it. And there's still Marvel movies.
I tell you what, more than me not watching it, I'm not gonna let my kids watch that. I will not let my kids watch it.
I'm pretty staunch when it comes to shit like that. Like Jamie Foxx, when he was given the interviews for Django Unchained years ago, when he was like hating on white people and showing that he was blatantly fucking racist to white people and thought that it was okay to be racist to white people. Just thought that it was okay. I've refused to watch any of his movies anymore. I haven't watched Ray. I haven't watched any of them damn critically acclaimed Jamie Foxx movie. I just think he's a piece of trash. I don't like racists. I'm not a racist. And you don't have to be white to be a racist. There's a lot of black racists out there in this country that don't get called out on it. So,
well, I don't know about the Jamie Foxx thing in particular, but
I do.
Apparently he does. Deacon,
he's a racist. Listen to him.
Richter says the Kid Rock video is worse than January 6th. It's the most egregious attack in American history.
Did that hurt your feelings? Did Mr. Grandpa Rock hurt your feelings by shooting some fucking cans of water? Did that really hurt your feelings? Is he being an asshole? Is he being dumb?
He's just kidding when you're Deacon. He's just trying to wind you up a little bit.
Okay, good.
Deacon, you live close to Tennessee. right?
Yes.
Isn't Tennessee like super close to you?
Very
I
close.
wasn't really aware of this until yesterday when apparently this manhunt ended. The former governor of Tennessee is sorry, I thought it was a former Maryland governor, Larry Hogan, had a chief of staff named Roy McGrath who has been apprehended following a lengthy manhunt. I believe he was located in Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay, so that's why it's in Tennessee. On Monday and apprehended, but there was a bit of an incident. So this former governor's chief of staff,
Yeah. What did he do first of all?
he was on the run for 3 weeks. Apparently, he orchestrated a false severance payment of $233,000 from, or something like that. So it looks like some sort of a finance crime.
Okay.
So he faces embezzlement, wire fraud, and falsification of documents charges related to that. So $230,000. That's pretty bad, sir. You probably you may have to serve some time for that. So the FBI was tracking him down in Tennessee, and they caught him as he was catching some bullets. So he died in a shootout with the FBI. You wouldn't expect a little bit of wire fraud crime to end up in with the FBI killing you. I wouldn't think that immediately.
That's true.
Roy McGrath died after a shooting involving the FBI. His lawyer confirmed that he had died, and he never wavered on his innocence. So the entire time he was on the run, he said, "I didn't do this. I didn't do this." McGrath was taken to a hospital after being shot. He faced an 8-count federal indictment with charges including wire fraud. And yeah. So
You think there's something else up to this?
Is $230,000 enough money for you to go on the run and then do a standoff against cops with guns? Or would you be like, geez, that's a lot of money, but, I'm going to fight this thing, or, maybe I'll serve my minutes.
No, that's not. This definitely is fishy.
This don't make sense.
No, this does not make sense. At first, when you started reading this, I was like, what the hell story did JJ pick this time? This is boring. Why does anybody give a shit about this? But this is interesting. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. FBI involved shooting. I'm not sure. Look, I mean, like, when people do things, even if they do things wrong, yeah, it's human nature to try to run. That's, you ever heard fight or flight? Yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, obviously, if you do something, you should man up and, face the charges
FBI
or
watches
whatever.
our show. We could ask them.
Hey, FBI,
They
did you murder this guy so that he couldn't answer some questions?
They do. They watch our show.
Oh, Brian makes a good point. Pretty soon, $230,000 will be the price of a gallon of gas. So he could have possibly just paid this debt off with a gallon of gas. Maybe.
Yep.
Hardy, har. All right. I think that's the. Let's see. I think that's
that's the auditioning job.
Hold on. We got one more.
You got one more? Okay.
Yeah, one more. Oh, and this is good though, because we'll have an excuse to use a clip. And ready to go. Senator Joe Manchin, one of the pivotal, center-leaning Democrat, center people in the center in the Senate. Like, there's all the Democrats, all the Republicans, and there's a couple people in the center that make all the decisions.
Where was he at again, JJ?
In the center.
He's in the middle. Left.
He's in the middle. Yeah.
In the center.
Or the camera's over here. It's kind of weird. Whatever. He's in the middle.
Right in the
pivotal.
Okay.
It's
just asking.
My screen is kind of symmetrical. Okay. So Democrat Joe Manchin is furious with climate activists after a court order halts a pipeline. He made a deal with Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader. He made a deal with Chuck and said, I'm going to sign on to this and basically get your legislation passed, but I want some stuff back. And so they made a deal, and then oopsie daisy, Senator Schumer pulled at the last minute. Would you believe that? Would you believe they would do that? That they would lie, go back on their word? Anyway, this is basically under pressure from climate activists. Manchin says it is infuriating to see the same Fourth Circuit panel deal yet another setback for the Mountain Valley Pipeline project, and once again set aside with activists who seem hell-bent on killing any fossil energy that will make our country energy independent and secure. So he's not happy. And he's not happy that Democrats basically stabbed him in the back. And I'm surprised that he's even shocked. We do have a comment on this matter, Deacon. I know you don't care.
I have a comment on this matter too.
Do you?
How dare you? How dare you have stolen my dreams, my childhood? How dare you? Empty words have stolen my dreams. How dare you? I'm one of the lucky ones. How dare you?
That is, every time I watch that, it's like a terrible acting job. It's so terrible. I was one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
Like, this is a terrible movie.
Yeah.
What movie did you get that from? Because they need to recast that.
It was called The United Nations. An address to the United Nations.
All right. Watch that garbage.
All right.
Hey, Easter is almost here, JJ.
Ooh.
And with Easter comes some of my favorite candies in the whole wide world. I, Deacon, and where the D stands for diabetes, am a type 2 diabetic. I am a type 2 diabetic because I am not overweight. I actually need to gain about 30 pounds.
Yeah, you're a lot slimmer than you were in New York.
Yes, I've lost 70 pounds since we were in New York.
70 years ago now. You know how many years ago that was? It was like 5-6 years ago.
I'm very thin now. Very thin.
Yeah.
So the reason I have diabetes is because I love candy. Love candy. I love sugar. Sugar is an epidemic in this country. It is a drug. It is an addiction. It is a poison that we love, and we love it, and we accept it that it's okay because we love it. What is your favorite? You don't eat probably a lot of sweets, do you?
I try not to. I mean, like like everybody has like a sweet tooth thing. I find myself sometimes on these cycles where you're like I'm fine for a long time, but then like, I don't know, maybe it's too many fights, maybe it's I don't know what. But
do you have a favorite Easter candy?
Favorite Easter candy? When I was a kid, it was those little what are those little orange and yellow, like little carrot shaped things? You know, candy corn. I liked that when I was a kid.
That's a fall candy. That's an October candy. But good job, JJ. You have an Easter candy, a spring candy.
Let's see. Well, I mean, there was. You haven't revealed this, so I can't give you yours.
No, I had to reveal it. What's your favorite
Cadbury
one?
eggs, but I always thought. Is a good one. I thought. You know what I liked especially? I liked that commercial because it would be like. Do you remember the commercial? They'd have the rabbit. And the rabbit would be leaving eggs. It didn't occur to me until way later that I was like, wait a second, rabbits don't lay eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite Easter candies are some that some people hate with a passion. And when people talk about how much they hate this candy, they go into this, I'm a comedian all of a sudden. When people start talking about how much they hate this particular candy.
I don't get it, honestly.
People all of a sudden, they think they're stand-up comedians and they think that they can make jokes, and they all make the same jokes about this candy. And as somebody that loves this candy, we've heard all these jokes.
Yeah.
But Peeps may give you cancer.
Oh, are they a little bit of cancery? Oh, that's not good.
Everything's a little bit cancery, JJ. And Peeps are no different. Peeps, multiple colors of the popular bird-shaped Peeps marshmallow candies could cause cancer because they contain artificial coloring red dye number 3.
Oh.
Parents should know that the purple and pink colored peeps that they may be putting in their kids' Easter baskets are made with an ingredient that is a known carcinogen.
Oh my God. Carcinogen.
Yeah,
That sounds
yeah.
bad.
The problematic dye, including pink and lavender peeps, along with hot tamales candy and wild berry marshmallow bunnies.
We need the government intervention right now. We need government intervention.
Got me these the other day. She was like, "Will you eat those?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want cinnamon peeps. I want my little sweet peeps." I just had some of those. I can't eat very many peeps, but I always have some every year. So I may have cancer because I ate the purple ones the other day, and I've had the pink ones too.
Why would you be eating hot tamale cinnamon peeps? The normally it's pink and yellow. There they are down there, the pink and yellow ones. Am I showing? Yeah. Is this my screen? No, that's yours.
Yeah, it's your screen.
No way. I'm confused.
I'm scrolling. Do. See, hello.
You have completely confused me. Yeah,
I'm showing my
pink
screen.
Pink and yellow. That's what I do. I would never eat a red one. Red ones give me
I'll
cancer.
try all the different kinds.
No, Deacon, you don't need to touch any peeps. You don't need to be in the same car as peeps. If somebody bought peeps, you're gonna have to take an Uber.
Oh, nope. I eat peeps. I can have some. So there's my. All
right.
I figured you wouldn't like peeps.
I like I like marshmallows. You know what I hate? I
like marshmallows. Yeah, no, I like marshmallows. Yeah. And some people just don't like marshmallows, and that's fine. That's no big.
That's all peeps are. That's all they are.
And that's all peeps are. Marshmallows with sugar on top of it. Yeah. That's all it is.
But I don't like to roast marshmallows like at a campfire, like my family.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. I don't like the burned smell of sugar.
Oh yeah. When I roast marshmallows, it's gotta be completely burnt.
All right. Yeah. Let's see.
All right, I got another story if you don't have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I thought this was a cute story yesterday. Did you know that Chris Pratt? Do you know who Chris Pratt's wife is?
Oh yeah, do you
know?
Yeah.
Do you know who her dad is? What her last name was?
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't.
You did not know that? You didn't know that?
I didn't know Chris Pratt was married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Yeah, Catherine.
I had no clue. So Chris Pratt and his wife just had their other little baby, not too long ago, and it's Arnold's second grandchild. So they're talking about how sweet of a man Arnold Schwarzenegger is as a granddad. And in this interview, because they're interviewing Chris Pratt all over the fucking place for Mario.
Yeah. Super Mario. Right. Yeah. So it's everybody's trying to get
so everybody's talking to him about everything. And Chris Pratt's so cool.
Where's all the hit pieces? Because every time they try to interview Pratt, the left comes out with the hit pieces because they hate Pratt because he believes in Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. He's a Christian. But he says one of them, somebody asked him, how's grandpa? They were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Pratt says that he has a nickname that he goes by Opa. He's Austrian.
Right.
And in German, Opa is grandfather in German.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it. Opa.
Yeah, Opa. Sure.
And he goes by Opa. Yeah.
Opa.
That's
cute. So he only has two. So Arnold Schwarzenegger only has 2 grandkids.
I guess it said it was his second grandchild. It didn't say their second child. It said his second grandchild somewhere in the article.
Oh, it does say grandfather to. Let's see. Grandfather to their 2 kids, Lila and
their 2 kids, but it said his second grandchild somewhere where I
maybe that his was Pratt, because I think I'd be shocked if Arnold
I thought that he had more. Yeah, he also told the story about how when Arnold's a cigar aficionado, and he had Pratt smoke a cigar, a really nice cigar, after his second daughter was born. And Pratt's got pretty bad asthma. And he said that he went out and he really didn't want to smoke it. And it was a Cohiba.
Yeah.
And they smoked it. And he said he suffered a serious lung infection the next day after smoking the cigar. So, man.
I mean, if you know that you can't be messing around with that stuff.
If Arnold Schwarzenegger offers you a Cohiba, You smoke the fucking cigar and shut up.
I guess so. I mean, there's a certain analogy here, Deacon, between, Pratt, an asthmatic, smoking a cigar, and Deacon, a diabetic, eating Peeps.
Look, there's nothing manlier than Arnold Schwarzenegger smoking a cigar.
That's true. That's true.
Think about Arnold Schwarzenegger standing there in Predator with
Honestly,
that damn half-lit cigar coming out of his mouth. That's badass, man. You can't get any badder picture than that. That's badass persona.
I really like this photo on top. This picture of
isn't that great?
Of Arnold holding his grandkid.
I love it too.
I mean, this is you've seen Arnold in movies. You've seen him with guns and explosions and robots or whatever, and he's like a man's man, badass. But I tell you what, this is the most manly shit I've ever seen.
That's the most manly picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger that we've ever seen. That's true.
I love it. All right,
that's a really good point. I like how you put that. That's the manliest picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger you'll ever see.
To me, it is. All right. Let's see. So there was let's see, there was a shootout in Livingston, Texas. And the only reason I kind of put this on the docket is that I used to actually manage it's a small town, Livingston, Texas. Like you drive through it in like 3 minutes or whatever. It's a small town. I used to manage a store in here. East Texas cops shoot and kill an armed suspect allegedly threatening a family at a gas station. So and some East Texas news, not good. You don't pull a gun on people in Texas. Not a fucking good idea.
Why is that, JJ?
I mean, because there's not going to be a negotiation. It's not a standoff. Not a negotiation. You're not going to like talk your way out of it. The cops or the husband.
It's a monologue. It's going to be a monologue, not a dialogue.
Yeah.
I used to have a boss that when you were in trouble, I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I had a boss that if you were in trouble, when you sat down in his office, the first thing out of his mouth was he'd go, "This is a monologue, not a dialogue." That was a very nice way of saying, I'm fixing to bitch your ass out. Yes. And you need to shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah. I got plenty to say. And if you interrupt me, it's going to get worse.
Yeah. This is a monologue, not a dialogue, is how he would start it. And you knew, you were like, oh shit. You would slink down that chair a little bit because you supposed to get your ass ringed. Okay.
I got one other like local news story, and then we can talk about the ants. This also won't take very long. I saw this on Twitter yesterday. The Texas legislature has passed Senate Bill 1910. Now it probably still would have to get signed by the governor here on a bipartisan vote, removing a litigation exemption in the Texas Public Information Act, which is being used by Harris County elections to delay releasing election records. So back during the election, I told you like the governor had assembled a task force investigating elections, maybe shenanigans going on in Harris County. Harris County is like one of the largest counties in Texas, and so several members of Congress are elected out of this county, and it's accused that the elections administrators are.
Daddy, Lucas has his dad.
Yes, dear. Hey, come here a second. I can't hear you.
Said,
come here. You either interrupt or not.
No offense, but she's more interesting than the story that you were talking
about.
Because
all right.
He said his dad is $1,000.
Can you start your story over, please? We all want to get the details of this. What's going on?
Yeah, I do.
So did you know that Lucas' dad said Lucas' dad is bigger than you because he said his dad is 1,000.
1,000?
Holy moly.
Wow.
No people can be 1,000, but
no people can be 1,000. That's true. So whose dad is this?
Lucas.
Luca
Mejia.
Luca Mejia. Is he is that a boy at your school?
Yeah.
Are you talking to this boy at your school?
No, not. I'm bigger than him because I turned 4.
Oh, okay. You
and
turned
then,
4 and you're
and
bigger than
he's
him.
actually 4 too. But he's a little bit big, but he's small.
And this boy, Luca, this is not a boy that you like very much, is it? Do you like this boy, Luca?
Nah, because he always be mean to me.
He's always been mean to you.
That means he likes you.
Yeah.
That means he likes you. If he's mean to you, that means he likes you.
Because boys are weird,
So
and that's
he
what they
does
do.
not like me.
Yeah.
But one time he had a card.
Yeah.
I think I saw Lucas somewhere.
Yeah.
At the park one time, because he had a card that Austin gave us.
Yeah.
And then he had a lot of cards with
Okay.
that. And then he just had a Pikachu, but
Is that right?
with a lot of cards. Well, I
A
played
Pikachu? What's a Pikachu?
It's
Pokemon.
a thing with pointy horns.
It's got pointy
Yeah.
It
horns.
goes like this,
Yeah.
and then it has
Yellow.
yellow things
Yellow.
on the bottom, and then it has black on the top,
Yeah.
and then it can poke people. with
Oh,
it.
and it pokes people.
Poke.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's true.
It
All
right.
gives you blisters
That's right.
because
Mm.
the
It gives you
does.
it gives you blisters.
It does.
Pokemon give you
Black.
blisters. I didn't know that. I think you educated a bunch of us this morning. All right, that's way more interesting. Deacon, hit that last story.
Don't-
And you go put some clothes on.
That was better than the last story, dude. That was
It
great.
really is.
I love that.
Go put your
All right.
uniform on.
Last story of the day. I saw this yesterday. This is really cool, JJ. This 8-year-old boy has disrupted 100 years of scientific knowledge regarding some couple of insects and plants. Penn State scientists are thinking this little 8-year-old boy named Hugo Dean, his curiosity has discovered a new level of complexity in plant insect interactions. All right. So some people might think that this is dumb. You know, I think that political stuff sometimes is boring. Some people might think this is boring. I think this is very interesting. These ants are attracted to these oak galls. All right. These little oak seedling things. And they discovered this relationship between ants, wasps, and oak trees. The researchers found that oak gall wasps, these particular wasps, are manipulating these oaks to produce these galls, and then they trick the ants to come and get the galls and take them to their nest, and the galls have wasp larvae in them. So it being in the ant nest, the wasp larvae is going to be protected from other predators that eat the galls that the wasps live in, and it receives some other benefits. And this little boy said he thought they were seeds. He said he felt excited because he didn't know ants collected seeds and always thought ants would eat food scraps and stuff around the house. And he got more excited when his dad told him that they were galls because his dad was excited. And they were surprised that ants would collect galls because why would they do that? So his dad is a professor of entomology at Penn State. So that's why the little boy was looking at ants.
Okay. All right.
Ants.
I'm like, what is a gall?
So they started looking at this and started noticing that this interaction was really interesting. Like, would you think that a wasp is smart enough to be able to come up with a complex situation such as this?
It's a scheme. The wasp is like, I don't want to carry this stuff. I'm going to trick these ants into doing it for me.
The wasp wants its baby to be protected.
Right.
And the baby has to eat, but what the baby eats, other things eat. You know, so it tricks the ants to taking this thing back into their hive or the ants.
It's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's
really
fascinating.
cool.
So, like, neither one of these like systems would have like evolved on its own, right? So this is some sort of like interdependence here. It's really interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it's just a little short story, but it was really interesting. If folks are interested in this, I'll post this over in our Discord server. We have a channel. Do we have a channel that is news drops?
Yeah.
If you're a supporter,
yeah, I think everybody can see that one for sure.
It was really interesting. If you want to read the rest of it, I like stuff like that. I think that we as humans think that we know everything, and we don't know dick about all that stuff. So,
Interesting.
all right.
So, do the ants actually try to eat the gall things or not? Or what are they moving them for? It's so weird. I'm gonna have to read the article, I guess.
Read the article, JJ.
Sorry, I didn't want to
You
do
got
my
time for
homework. I
this.
wanted you
We're
to tell me
supposed
the
to be
answer.
we're supposed to be wrapping it up and finding dad jokes and reminding people
Yeah.
to join our Discord server. So if you want to read the article, come over to the Discord server.
Shit. It's gonna be
I try to
fun. I
find
know he's gonna do the
I'll
thing.
try to find a good news article. So this week I've been reading jokes, dad jokes that were given to me by my son. He's been giving me jokes, and I've been laughing hysterically at night over these. So I've been typing them in my little notepad. So if you have a joke for us that you really like, a dad joke, it needs to be a dad joke. They can teeter the line a little bit. Mine today kind of teeters the line. But yeah, come over to our Discord server and get a dad joke. Did you hear about, JJ, did you hear about the guy that spilled glitter all over his crotch?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. He delivered it better than I did.
Folks, if you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe the first time watching the show. Make sure to follow us on rumble.com/JJW. Deacon, do you know which side of a chicken has the most feathers?
No, which side of the chicken has most feathers?
The outside.
Oh, God.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. Cindy, you suck.